What is up, everyone? I am Mark. You're watching Trading with a Dummy. I have the anticipated interview ready to go. I have the person sitting on the other side right now. I know y'all been waiting for this individual. This long story short, I met him through someone recommending him. And they said him and I would probably get along very well. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for Stock God, aka SG. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you. We finally made this happen. Finally.
My bad, bro. I've been traveling, like dealing with shit back at my other house, and I've just been so much shit going on, man. So my apologies, man.
No, man, it's all good, man. Like the good thing is, well, a lot of people may not know, you and I have actually been talking on a regular since then. So we're connected. So, and funny story, just so everyone knows how I end up getting to know this guy. One of my subscribers reached out and was like, "Yo, you remind me of this podcaster named SG," and I was like, "Never heard of him." It was like, "Yeah, his name is Stock God." I was like, "Stock God." I was like, "That's bold. That's a bold statement right there." So I was like, "All right, let me check it out." They gave me their Spotify. I started listening. Immediately addicted, man, with your honesty. And they're right, man. Me and you are very, very, very alike. You are just 100% a lot more raw than I am. So, without further ado, man, let's just get straight into it. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Shit, I don't know where you want me to start. I mean,
how about where you from initially?
Virginia, man. Virginia.
What part?
I'm from Virginia Beach. You know what? Hold on. I got these remote control fans, and I don't know how to use them. Hold on.
Yo, it's cool, man. We got a bunch of those too. Our kids keep getting them all mixed up and everything.
It is what it is. So you can hehear me good, right? We good?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear, man. Okay. I got you loud and clear.
I'm from Virginia, man. Born and raised, man. Just a country boy, man. Played football, a little college football. A bunch of little dead-end jobs. Then I started running an outdoor design company. The peak of my career, I had over almost 20 employees. And yeah, we were busy. We were, doing our thing, and then shit kind of fell apart towards the end, man. And then, it's like a video game. It's not like a video game where you can hit the reset button. So, that's when shit hit rock bottom for me, financially, man. And I had a lot of dead-end jobs and just going through the trenches, man. And but I always been fascinated with numbers and charts, always, even as a kid, you know what I'm saying? But I just wasn't exposed to that lifestyle, unfortunately, at a younger age. I wish I was, but I'm working my ass off, not making up for lost time,
So just to go back, well, first of all, what part of Virginia are you from?
Virginia Beach, Norfolk area.
Yo, dope. Yeah, I lived out there. Yeah. My dad's from Virginia. He's from Chesapeake.
Oh, yeah. I went to school
and
out
then
there too.
Yep. And then I grew up in Germany, but every once in a while we had to come back to the States because of the job or something with the visa or some shit. I don't exactly know, but every couple of years we would go back to Virginia, and I went to Norfolk High. I went there for a while, if you're familiar with that one, as well as we lived in Virginia Beach. I think it was Bayview. Where I went.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was out there for a while. I loved it. I loved it out there, and I hated it at the same time. There was this mall called Military Circle. You remember that one?
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah.
No,
that's a different mall, bro.
Yeah.
Be careful out there.
Yeah, I don't even know if it still exists or not. I mean, you always go out there, so I'm not sure.
Just be careful when you go. Yeah. Head on the swivel.
No, so what were your parents doing for a living when growing up?
My dad was military, Navy, and my mother, she was a teacher, man. She's a teacher, actually. She just retired a couple years ago. My dad retired on the Navy. He did 20 years, I had I never, growing up, I didn't have a lot of things. We were, I remember going to middle school, and I remember my mom used to, right before school started, she would take me to go to get clothes. And I remember I only could afford 4 pairs of jeans. We had $80, and them shits was $20 a piece, yo. So, I was always trying to mix and match all my shit, man, because I didn't have a lot of shit growing up. I didn't have a lot of things that I always wanted. You know what I'm saying? And I think that kind of fueled me to be as aggressive as I am now. From running my business and that being a success, and then for a period of time And then me, as aggressive as I am as a trader, I think just me not having the things that I wanted or I felt like I should have made me a very competitive, aggressive person. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
No, absolutely. Because especially during our time growing up, right? If you when it comes to clothes, you have to have a different pair of pants or shirt every single day, because if not, they would clown you.
Oh yeah,
they
you
would
get lit up, bro.
you.
You definitely get lit up where I'm from. You definitely getting talked about. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have that. We didn't have those kind of funds, man. And I remember friends that did. Certain friends, I'm not gonna say names, but people that I knew that I grew up with were like they were well dressed. They had all the jewelry. They had everything. Parents gave them everything. And and they used to, and some of those guys used to joke me, like, yo, dude ain't got shit, So I always like use football back then, and art. I love art, and to help me get through shit. You know what I'm saying? But those guys to this day, like I was, some of those same guys used to talk shit, actually ask me for jobs because I started my business, because he wasn't doing good in his adult life. You see what I'm saying? So he had everything. And that hurt him, you know what I'm saying? And so he was maybe expecting things to be a certain way when he became an adult. And, he's got like 6 kids, and he's in and out of prison, and yeah, man, it's just, it's just one thing, like, that shit fueled me, man, having 2-3 pairs of jeans, going through middle school, being joked, fighting with people, like that shit fueled me, man. That shit like, all right, when I put my 10 toes down, like when I become a man, I'm gonna make sure that I build something that I can, I ain't gonna never go through that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just how.
It's a struggle, and that builds a sense. Well, you have two different routes that you can go, right? Growing up that way, right? You can either choose to go down the wrong path and just complain and blame everyone, or you can choose to work harder to try to get what you need, right?
Nah, for sure, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of I wouldn't say I was in a similar situation like you, but I'm an only child. Are you an only child?
No, I got a sister, man. We like 9 years apart. So yeah, it's almost like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's almost like an only child. Yeah, she was just an annoying little baby that was there. I got you.
No, for sure.
Yeah, but I was an only child, so people automatically assume they're like, "Oh, you were spoiled. And surprisingly, I was not. Right? I was not spoiled. We lived from, I would say we probably middle class to low class. It was like an up and down roller coaster.
Yeah, that's the same shit. Yeah.
Yep. My parents were terrible with finances. That was my dad had a good job and my mom was a nurse, and you would think that those two would
be okay.
I remember the first time I even realized that we were broke was when we moved to Virginia. We had a house that they were renting, and the repos came to take everything because my dad had I don't even know how this place is still in business, but it was those rent-a-centers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So everything in our house was from rent-a-center.
Gone, bro.
I remember, and TV, because like I grew up in a very toxic household, so TV was like my escape, right? Movies and stuff. So I remember they came to try to take my TV. I flipped that. That's the first time I ever tried to fight my dad. Like,
no, you ain't getting this TV, bro. You ain't getting this TV, Pop.
He whooped my ass. That's the only time I tried to test him. I mean, looking back now, my dad's like 5'8", I'm 6'2", so back then it was different. But yeah, that's the first time when I realized, like, I was like, wow, my parents are not very financially savvy. And it sounds like your parents, were they just not financially savvy, or it was just hard getting by?
Just hard getting by, man. I mean, like, I mean, we wasn't like poor, but it was just like, just levels everything, you know what I'm saying? And, getting certain things I just couldn't get, certain bikes, I couldn't, there's just certain shit I just couldn't do. I just couldn't do all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that shit fueled me, man, and us growing up, my parents, my mom always instilled in me, go get a job. When you get older, make sure you get a job, I teach my kids, you know what I'm saying, like, to make sure you invest, make sure you try to run a business, build your credit. I just think that coming from different eras and different looks at life, we were taught certain things, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of us, unfortunately, are on survival mode. So we're always paycheck to paycheck, our money gets spent in the Black community, man, our money gets spent, a lot faster than other communities. You know what I'm saying? So just learning that financial literacy, and they did the best they could. Salute to them, man, because my parents, when I grew up, I could have been raised in Gary, Indiana. I got family there. I got old family and friends that died being in those environments. So salute to my family, for my dad, my mom, for being smart enough to say, hey, look, man, I don't want to raise my family in this environment. You know what I'm saying? And I'll forever be grateful for that they thought outside the box just a little bit, because it's easy to just stay home. You used to this. This is where you're from. You stay there, and that shit. If anybody knows about Gary, Indiana, they call it Gangster Island for a reason. So it's definitely the trenches, and I'm thankful that my parents was like, nah, we're not staying here. We're getting out of here. And so I was raised in a different environment, and so I just, in my opinion, the way I look at life, each generation get better. We fight an uphill battle, but each generation get better. So my parents moved out of a certain scenario and put us in a scenario so that me and my sister, we gotta win. We gotta win. We have no excuse. So, and then I'm putting my kids in a position to where, they flying. That's the plan. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal at the end of the day.
Yeah, I will agree with you 100% on that statement, that the goal is for us to always do better, right? Than our previous generation. Absolutely. Unfortunately, that's not the case with everybody, right? Where they kind of just rinse and repeat of what they did, which is kind of sad, especially within our community. Like, you brought up some important things here in this conversation we just had real quick about, like, growing up and you didn't have all the clothes and everything that everyone else had, but everyone had the Jordans and stuff. This is one thing. I don't wear Jordans. I'm not going to sit here and lie.
Yeah,
I do have a pair. But I don't go out and buy a bunch of Jordans, because I remember early on in my life, I had friends who were dead broke.
Okay.
Dead broke. But for some reason, they always had Jordans on. The cleanest Jordans, too. The cleanest Jordans. And it just never made sense to me, where I'm like, wait a second. Your family's on food stamps. You don't have money to get a proper backpack. Right. You live in a dump, but somehow you have Jordans. And I think we focus too much on the materialistic stuff that it takes us away from all the other possibilities and where we can divert our money towards.
I agree with that. But I also too, I think just because you live in hell don't mean you want to look like hell too. So sometimes, a lot of times our clothes is the way we express ourselves. So yeah, I agree. Like, there's just certain things you shouldn't be doing. If I'm broke, I shouldn't be smoking weed, getting high, partying, having, my contacts on my phone. I shouldn't have 300-400 friends and girls in there. You got to learn how to cut some things out. You know what I'm saying? And manage your time and get on your grind and get shit done. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do agree 100% with if you living in a situation, you got 4 or 5 kids and you got all this head to toe, you look good, but you living in these areas that ain't good. But at the same time, like, just because I live in a bad scenario don't mean I want to look like shit. And so there's like a thin line there for me. Like, so I get it, but at the same time, like, if it were me, I'd rather invest that money, because I feel like everything's an investment, whether it's good or bad. Everything we do is an investment. If I'm trying to run a car wash company, is it smart for me to go buy Kanye West's new album and whatever else in a Gucci fucking belt? Or is it important for me to go get the pressure washer machine or whatever you use to go wash people's car? Everything's an investment. So we got to be smart about where we're putting our money at and what we're doing with our time. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, man, I never thought about that, what you just said. Just because you live in hell does not mean you have to look like hell. Yeah. I never saw that perspective. And that's a little eye-opening, because I'm not going to lie, I was judgmental as fuck. Yeah, I was like, yo, this makes no sense.
I get it. It's easy to do that. It's easy to be like, yo, because at the end of the day, you're like, yo, why you spending $1,100 on an outfit when that could be an investment in something else? But at the same time, it's like, yo, man, my house, my life was in turmoil. Like, shit, I still want to look nice. Shit, I don't want to look like. So there's a thin line there that we got to be careful not crossing. but sometimes we cross it. We don't even think about it. We just want to look good, and do the second. But sometimes we don't like that. Some of us, just want to grind and get our shit done. But yeah, it's definitely you got to be careful with that because you'll get lost in that shit and just want to keep up with everybody else, and you're just gonna spin out, man. Like that's not the way, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's your opinion is 100% really eye opening because it's definitely true. Now, you said you were into football, so I'm assuming. Well, I'm not assuming, but no, hell, I am. I'm assuming that you were interested in like playing football for college and then making it in the NFL. Was that like the goal initially throughout middle school and high school?
Yeah, till I messed my knee up, man. I didn't go to the best colleges. I had a few looks, but I was fucking around in school, just being dumb, man. So but yeah, that was one of my goals, man, and that didn't happen. And then I had to go back to the grind, man. Came home. I was big headed. I didn't want to go to a D3 school. Like, I ain't going to D3 school. Like, fuck is that? When I should have did that. And just, you know what I'm saying?
Hindsight 2020, right?
Yeah, it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, idiot. But yeah, man, just started working and working these places. I did everything, man, from pouring concrete at airstrips, pulling cable on ships over in South Korea. Like, I done.
What?
Yeah, bro. I done did construction. I done worked every type of labor job I've done. There ain't nothing I haven't done when it comes to labor, like hard ass labor. And every day. This is gonna sound dramatic, but I'm gonna be honest. I knew it wasn't. My bad. I knew it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
okay.
I got you.
My phone had just rang. My bad. Yeah, I knew it wasn't for me. When I used to work at places like, I used to cringe, bro. Like when them loud ass, like I used to work at shipyards, and 6 a.m. that loud ass sound would go off. Like, all right, get your asses in here. It would go off for like miles. This loud ass sound. Like I swear a piece of my soul would die every time I went to fucking work, and that's no exaggeration. There'd be days I'm in the car about to break down, like, I got to get the fuck out. What am I doing? This is not for me, yo. And that shit fueled me to focus. And what I did was, I used to work at these jobs, and again, I'm big with time management. Mm-hmm. So I started a landscaping business, but I still had to work. And so what I would do was on my cell phone, I would say shit like in my messages, I would say, hey, I'm really busy, work is extreme. It wasn't. I had no work.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm at work, so I couldn't call them while I'm at my real job. So on my lunch break, I would call them, set up the estimate, and then after work at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night, I would go do the estimate. And then on the weekends, I would go do the landscaping. So I did that for a year till I saved up enough money to buy a lawnmower, a fucking weed eater, all that shit. And then I started really slow, and I got up out of there, man. My best year was one of my, I only made like $20,000, but it was my $20,000. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you earned it. Yeah,
bro. I was like, I can do this shit, and I just kept building. And then shit, 10, 12 years later, I was nominated for the best in 2014, the best landscape designer in Virginia Beach. I was up against companies that have been around for 50 years, 60 years. Like, I grew that shit from nothing. So I know what hard work takes. You know what I'm saying? And the type of focus it takes. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, why landscape? Everything, why'd you choose that?
I love designing. I love cosmetic. I love doing someone's designs and their work. I love that shit. Seeing something go from the worst to first. I did home-oramas, man. My company was getting big, man, and it was moving so big, so fast because of my marketing skills. Mm-hmm. That's what shit made me kind of spin out of control. I lost a lot of balance, man. I had contractors in other states doing designs for me, and other places. So shit was going big real fast. And it just things spun out of control. I was doing too many things at once and not really focusing on the business, and I ended up losing a lot, and I ended up losing the business, and that shit was devastating, man, for me, because that was my baby. I built it from nothing. You know what I'm saying?
So how many years did you have it before you end up?
About 14 years.
Damn, you did it for 14 years?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I grew that shit from. I couldn't even my first year. I couldn't even afford a backpack blower. I had a lawnmower, a weed eater, and a push broom. My first year, and then I ended up having dump trucks and F-250 diesels. Like I said, I had like 20-something employees in the peak of my career for like 2 years. Yeah, I grew that shit, man. Like I got it done.
I mean, if it's not too personal, like exactly, you say like it sounds like you kind of like over leverage a little bit, but like what happened for it to completely just collapse like that? Like,
I mean, I got tired of like
the game to nothing.
No, I got tired of the hustle, man, and like I got tired of like a lot of things that just were going on that I wasn't satisfied with. I got tired of I didn't have no balance in my life, and I let things slip that you got to keep balance in all shit. And I let things and I let the negativity, I let certain things, eat me up instead of just fighting it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and I was like, you know what? I just like, yo, I'm done. I actually sold it to one of my business to like one of my top employees, man, and let him run it, and he did his thing, and now he's doing really good for himself, and he's still working it to this day. You know what I'm saying?
What year was that you end up dissolving the business?
Shit, I don't even. I want to say 17.
Okay.
2017, yeah, and that was right before I got into trading. My urge. So when I got rid of that shit, I didn't really want to do it anymore. I was just tired of all the hustle and bustle, all this managing guys, managing employees, managing clients, dealing with contractors and material people. Like I had to do everything: the dispatching, the marketing, the scheduling. I had to do everything except the work. I got to a point where I was managing all that shit, and instead of me investing in the business and putting people in place, I tried to do everything, and it just burnt me out, man. I was like, yo, and then I was starting to fall in love with trading, and I kind of like, yo, I'm good. I'm just trading.
So how did you end up getting into trading though? Like what piqued your interest in that?
Like I said earlier, man, I've always been fascinated by like charts and numbers, man, always as a kid. So like, I don't know, man, like towards the end of my landscaping company, I was just like fascinated with it. And I got into like listening to like certain guys on like penny stock guys. I'm not gonna say their names. You know the guys. You know the certain guys. You know what I'm saying? Penny stock guys, man. So that's how I got into that shit. So I was doing the penny stock thing, man, and because my business was running pretty much on its own, I was spending 15, 16 hours a day, 5-6 days a week, just studying penny stocks and charts, and because you know what I'm saying, trying to learn that shit. Like I'll be walking down Home Depot, Lowe's, headphones in, listening to traders trade or talk about trading, taking notes. I told you I'm big on time management. Mm-hmm. So I was always trying to like crunch time and learn this shit because I knew I wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like everyone at one point or another started with penny stocks. That's like what piqued everyone's interest. It's always like, you could take 5 cents and you can make $100 in 5 minutes.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's a gift and a curse, like, like what social media did, because like, I seen guys, not gonna say no names, we're not gonna do that, but like we see guys, penny stock, whatever guys, I seen a guy on an elephant with a laptop. The trade is easy, like, you know what I'm saying? So they, driving around with girls and Ferraris and just enticing you, like, so they did a good job of marketing and like saying, hey, come over here and spend $4,000 or $5,000 with me or type shit. You know what I'm saying? To get people to try to lure people. Thankfully, when I started to really get into trading, I was broke. So I couldn't afford to go spend all that money. So I had to like grind through chart analysis. That's why I have over 50,000 charts right now. Like every chart I have, I used to do 700 to 900 charts a day, where I look at every chart on the stock market and I would screenshot every one of them, and then I would do like a analysis on it. Like I told you, I love art, so I would like draw like candles, any certain like wedge patterns, whatever. All these different. That's how I try to learn. I try to match that with RSI and certain things. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I try to learn how to trade, bro. Like I really did that shit over and over and over. Since I started trading 5 years ago, there's not been a day that I haven't went without looking at something to do with the market, even to this day. I've never taken a break from trading. There ain't no breaks. So I don't deserve a break.
You're addicted. Really, if you
I don't deserve. I'm upset. See, I think the word addiction scares people. I think that in life you have to have some form of obsession to be good at something. I heard Tom Brady the other day. he said it in his interview or whatever, documentary. He was like, yeah, people's calling me crazy because of my weird work ethics, but he said, well, look, I'm still playing quarterback at 90 years old. You know what I'm saying? And other guys can't do that. So he's obsessed with the way he does things. And that's one of the reasons why he's in the position he's in, to still play quarterback at a high level. So, I'm obsessed. I mean, some people make it afraid of that, but yeah, shit. Sure, I'm obsessed with it. I don't care what people think. That's what I do, and I'm never going to, that's just how I'm built, man. Everyone's different. I don't believe in breaks. I haven't earned a break. I'm not multimillionaire yet. I haven't earned a break to say, hey, let me not look at the market. Let me not trade. I'm talking funerals, birthdays, holidays, anniversaries. I'm gonna spend at least an hour at the chart, at least looking at something.
Yeah, because I heard you in one of your episodes in your podcast. You were saying that you were a janitor, right? Was that before or after the business closed?
No, after. No. Man, that's another thing with my business. I had too much pride. I was a boss running shit. Like, I ain't about to. Even when I know I needed a job through certain times of that career, I was like, I didn't do it. And that was dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, those type of things I learned from the failures of that. But yeah, yeah. One of my jobs after the business, a couple years after that, was being a janitor, bro. Yeah, that wasn't fun.
That's rough. Because I mean, let's just be real. Nobody grows up to say, I want to be a janitor
at all. Zero. Hey, yo, you know what's worse though? Imagine being a janitor at the middle school you went to. How about that? How about that, bro? How about let's take a step further though. How about being a janitor, mopping pissy, shitty floors at the school you used to go to, and you had to train yourself. Someone like, yo, Eric, I tell myself when I was driving to work. How about this? I was so broke driving to work, I had to use my neighbor's putt-putt car. I'm a big dude. I'm just, I'm in this little. I'm like this, bro. Yo, I'm serious, man. I'm telling you, when I lost my business, man, I'm talking about repos. Fucking, what's that shit called, man? Repossessions, man. Like getting kicked out of apartments and houses. Dude, I done been through all that shit. Shout out to my wife, man, for being a real one, just sticking by my side, man, and sticking by us. You know what I'm saying? She, I love her to death. But yeah, so just thinking about that shit just made me remember that. But yeah, bro, I'm driving to work in my neighbor's putt-putt, bro.
Yeah, dude, I can only imagine. I've never been in a situation like that, but I can only imagine where you went from, doing odd jobs, having your own landscaping business, hiring the motherfuckers that used to make fun of you, to losing it, and then working at your school, in middle school that you went to.
Hey, bro. Hey, look, guess what I had to do though? I trained myself. I said, all right, Eric, if someone calls your name, just keep walking. So someone be like,
act like it's not me.
Yeah, because they be like, yo, you used to play football here. I'm like, how the fuck do you remember that? Middle school. So like, yo, you used to play football here. The teachers would be like, Eric, is that you? And I would just cut the corner real quick, like, nah, that ain't me. Like, yo,
that ain't me. No, we got you right here in the picture, right there.
Yeah, he's in jail. Something happened to who knows what happened to that guy. Fuck that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, this is a true story, man. But again, even as a janitor, I would on lunch breaks, I would study. I remember back during that I was doing supply and demand Forex stuff. So that's what I was doing around that time. But yeah, as a janitor, bro, I would study. Driving to work, I'm listening to in my headphones because I said I was in a putt-putt. That car didn't have no sound system or no music in it, so I had to use my phone while I'm driving to work, while I'm driving home at night to work from work. That 11, 12 o'clock at night. On my lunch break, even when I'm sweeping floors and there's no one there, bro. It was just me, bro. It was just me, and I'm telling you, man, that was some of the worst times. But I knew in my soul. Because I knew I was going to get to a point where I could depend on trading solely. I knew I was going to get there, yo. And I'm thankful, man. Like, I'm like, man, you just making me think about all that shit, bro. Like, man, that was some tough shit, bro. Like, just, I'm getting goosebumps, dog. Like, just thinking about how hard that shit was.
Yeah, you felt like a failure.
Bro, as a grown-ass man, bro, I remember going to the store. I took a screenshot. I don't know why. I took a screenshot, man, and I went to the store. We had no food in the fridge, man, and I had a $5 bill, 2 ones, and a nickel, and I had to go get. I had to get some syrup because I knew we had like waffles for my son for a couple days in the morning, and I went and got spaghetti, big thing of noodles and the spaghetti sauce. You know what I'm saying? So that will last a couple days, bro. you know how hard that is, bro. To like, you got a whole entire family depending on you, and you done fucked up your business. You're a janitor now. You're mopping pissy ass floors for like $200 every other week, $300 a week, whatever the fuck it was. And there's days when you dead ass broke. You can't lean on nobody. You can't ask nobody for no help. And me and my wife we ate a lot of L's, bro, together, and that's why I shower her with gifts now. You know what I'm saying? Like she ain't never like looked at me like less of a man ever. And that's she's a gem, yo. She one of a kind, man. Especially in this day and time. That's not easy. Not in this day and time, bro.
These days, she would have dipped.
Yeah, I could have leave. Like, yo, you can go. Yeah. I fucked up. This is all bad. Go ahead. I'll figure it out.
Because did you meet her?
Figure this shit out.
Yeah. Did you meet her during the landscaping business?
Nah, before, man. We've been together like 18 years almost.
Yo, congratulations.
Like dating, and we've been married since 09.
Yo, congratulations.
You know what I'm saying? So like, shit. When I first started my business, I couldn't have no. One of the times early in my career, I didn't have a license, so I didn't have I'm talking about a driver's license. So she would drive my car around, so I wouldn't get pulled by the people, and then I would get out and go do the landscaping shit. And she's sitting in the car all hot and sweaty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the weed eater hitting her head, the car smelling like gas and grass and shit. Like, she's been there. She's been like, that's my right hand. That's my dog.
Yo. What? There's a break in the interview? Yes. I just want to take a moment to thank all of my subscribers and everyone who tuned into this interview. This interview was very important to me, so I'm glad that you guys tuned in. And hopefully, if you're a trader, that you take away some of the gems that SG dropped. But not only that, I also want to do a shameless plug. I have these things called episodes. If you go to my playlist on Trading with a Dummy and click on the episodes, you can watch those. They're basically skits surrounding the stock market. That's initially how I started my channel off with, but it didn't get a lot of traction, so I kind of pivoted away from there. But if you guys enjoy that content, definitely let me know in the comments, and I'll start bringing those skits back. It takes a little bit of extra work, but as you guys know, I've been kind of incorporating the skits in my trading group reviews, so I will continue to do that. But if you just want to straight up just skits with my family, let me know. I will bring it back. But definitely check them out, though. I do appreciate it. I put a lot of work in those. So, yeah, let's get back to the interview.
Nah, for real, man. Like, bro, so that janitor shit, man, like, yo, like, I just remember, like, working in these rooms by yourself and just thinking about, I was always mentally a millionaire, always rich. I don't mean money. I mean, like, I knew I was going to be special. I knew I was going to be able to do something that I wanted to do. I didn't give a fuck what obstacles in front of me. If I had to build the mountain and climb the bitch, I was going to run through the motherfucker, yo. I don't give a fuck, excuse my language, but I just don't care. Like, I don't care what adversity I'm dealing with. And that's why a lot of times I get tons of DMs, like 30, 40 a day. And I look at some of them, but some of them, they're like, oh my God, like the market, and I just can't figure it out and hold my hand, and I don't reply to them because I don't want to hear that weak ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been through the trenches, man. So, you worrying about losing losing $30 on a trade and you just can't figure it out and you're going to jump, you're going to lose your mind. Like, I don't want to hear that weak ass shit. Stop being you know what I'm saying? And figure the shit out, man.
Yeah, because I was about to ask you that. I was like, you see, with the struggles that you went through.
Yeah.
And the mountain you had to climb. I can only imagine, because if I get these DMs, I can only imagine the DMs that you get where people are like, what's going on? This sucks, blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, well, did you study? Did you do X, Y, and Z?
I don't even waste time.
Like, you don't have, I would take it that you probably lack a little bit of empathy for some of these people, because it's like, yo, stop.
I work my ass off 24 hours a day when I was broke, when I had to work as a janitor. I was still grinding. Like I told you, I'm driving home, listening to stuff. I'm driving to work. I'm in breaks. I'm in the classrooms, mopping up floors, listening and working. I never stopped working. So I don't want to hear the, oh my God, it's not working for me shit. I don't want to hear that shit. You don't like the scenario, put a game plan together and fucking figure it out. I can't save you. You have to save yourself. And I think that's society is just so fucked up, saying like, you know, well, a lot of people feel like they're owed something. You know, nobody owe you shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So just figure it out, or don't, or go work for someone that did figure it out. That's the end of the. That's how it is.
When you went from doing the janitor job, you got into penny stocks, and then from penny stocks, obviously you discovered it just wasn't for you, or that it's just kind of a scam. Yeah. Or I would say not a scam. Technically, there are winners, but you probably have 100 losses and 1 win, and you're just supposed to win, and then everyone gets super excited and they buy your course. But
right.
How did you end up getting into futures though? Like how did you like graduate from penny stocks to futures?
Oh man, so I mean, I've been look. My name is Stock God. Like I've been trading stocks and penny stocks for like 5 years. So like then I switched over. I left that world, and right when I left that world, I was doing like I was reading the tape and doing some things, and I wasn't happy with the company I was working for, like this platform I was using. It kind of like it was like one of those prop firms where you got to pass challenges and all that. I didn't like what they did, how they handled shit. So I chucked that whole thing to the curb, and I went over to like the Forex side and learned supply and demand and a bunch of other shit. And then I stumbled across, shout out to one of my homies. He put me on the ICT smart money style, and that was good. I blew a lot of accounts learning that shit, but a lot of that was like ego and like just still had to work on my own disciplines. And then I just kept developing. I never wanted to put myself in a box and say this is all I need. I think that's weird to do, especially when you're trading something, especially the things that we do. We're traders. Mm-hmm. The market is forever evolving. The market's forever doing something. It's always, so I don't ever want to be in a box like, oh God, I would never use an indicator, or I would never do support and resistance. So like I'm always trying to like put things together as like a puzzle. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I it's been great. Like it's been a journey. It's been a lot of losses. It's been a lot of frustrating things. But it's always a challenge. Every day is a challenge. I enjoy trading. I love it. I love trading. The fact that you got to do all this prep work, all this pre-game game planning, all the nighttime reviews I do every night. I fucking love it, man. That's just me. I love it.
At what point did you feel like you had it down to the point where you give 2 fingers up and say, I'm out at the janitor job?
Oh, okay. Yeah, my last job. Yeah, that was great. My last job, I was, I told my boss, I was like, yeah, because I was like, look, this ain't for me. Like, I'm, y'all know what I do. Y'all always asking me what I'm looking at. I'm writing down notes and looking at stuff on my phone, my little iPads and shit. So, just telling them that I was out, put my 2 weeks in, and, and left, man. And I knew, I was like, look, I ain't coming back. Rather, I'm gonna stay focused on me and my disciplines. And then a couple months after I left, shit took off. Like in the springtime of last year, like man, I made some good money, man.
Wait, this is the janitor job that you left?
Yeah, well, I left the janitor job and I had another job too. So I had a couple.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, bro. I done did a lot of shit, man. Yeah, bro. So I'm working 2 jobs. I'm here and there. Yeah, bro. Working night shift over, graveyard shift.
Then still trading. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I don't like all that weak ass shit when people come to me, especially men. Like what the fuck is you crying about, man? Like 10 toes down, man. Let's get it done. But yeah, man. So. Yeah, I ain't never looked back. I haven't worked somewhere in, I think October. Yeah, this October is gonna be 2 years. 2 years, man. I'm not working for someone, but this is a lot of work. This trading shit is a lot of work, but I enjoy all that work. I enjoy doing my nightly reviews, reading tape, because I record all my trades. Mm-hmm. So I go back at night and look at all my tape, look at all the trades I took, and why I took them and do all my journaling that way. And then in the morning before I trade the New York session, I'm doing a pregame of what I need to look for, what I'm doing, what checks out, what don't, the market environments, what I'm, all the things that I do. And then once I'm done trading the New York session from 9:30 to 11, from 11 midday, I'm actually putting in the notes in my journaling, my emotions, how I traded, why I trade. I do all that shit. Then I go work out. So it's all day long. I'm Monday through Friday. It's trading, and then on the weekends, I'm still studying. So it's a lot of work, and I think that I don't work at a firm or some prop firm or hedge firm or something where I have a risk manager and I have a psychologist that says, "Hey, Eric, how you feeling today?" So you gotta check yourself when you're about to revenge trade, or you know these. You gotta write down those triggers and say, "Hey, look, man, this is one of my weaknesses. This is one of my demons," and you gotta acknowledge it, because if you don't, the market will eat you alive eventually. You can't have no holes in your game, because the market, if you try to cover up them holes and just ignore them, the market eventually is going to expose them and eat at that shit. So you got to acknowledge it, and then you need to go and journal it and say, okay, these are the weaknesses that I have. Let's try to work on those, and then also obviously work on what you're good at. You know what I'm saying? But it's a forever thing. It's this market's always changing. This bearish market that we're in right now, I had to completely change the way I was doing things. It's always a challenge, but I love it. But it's every day you got to come to the job ready to work every day as a day trader. That's the hardest job to do, is day trading. Swing trading, long-term position trading is that's still hard to do, but day trading, you got to come in, even kill, ready to go every day and try to make money on at a high level. And that's just not easy to do as a day trader.
And that's why I want to bring you on this show, because your Instagram is full of hate speech towards gurus, I guess. if you want to call it hate speech, right? It's like, yo, this guy is always hating, but it's not. It doesn't. The reason why I knew it was a hating, for one, you don't sell anything. Two, it sounds like you're very transparent, because we're going to talk about that in a second. But it sounds like you've been through this same cycle like a lot of people have, but you have overcome it somehow, right? At one point or another, it sounds like you probably did pay someone to teach you something, or you got roped into the whole subscription service or something. Am I right?
Yeah, I think over all the years, from penny stocks to mid caps to large caps to options to Forex, the supply and demand, support and resistance stuff, smart money stuff, reading the tape. All these things I did, I just put them together, bro. For the most part, man, everything I learned, this is going to sound crazy, but it's all been social media. It's all been social media, from YouTube, social media. Like I just, all these years of failure, and I just kept putting all these things together. And, I hate to say the word self-taught, but yeah, I'm kind of self-taught.
But you were.
I've learned from mentors and other people, but I've put all these different things, all these experiences together to make me the trader that I am today. And it's light years from years ago. Absolutely.
Yeah, you and I have a very similar experiences when it comes to that. Because same way, like I've been through, at my channel, I go from group to group to group. But before I even started my channel, I was in a group, and I learned different methods. And I would say probably what really changed the game for me was YouTube, the free stuff.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like, it's a lot of free information. There's a lot of dead ends too. I think social media is a gift and a curse.
Yes.
Because the gift is you're going to meet a lot of cool ass people. Like I met you. I met hundreds of traders that are legit. They just want to trade. They just want to work. I got to meet these people and experience trading through their eyes and their successes and their highs and lows. And then the flip side, the curse of it is there's a lot of dead ends. There's a lot of trolling. There's a lot of fake shit. But like I said, man, it's like it's a gift and a curse. And I'm thankful because that was my way. That was my way of getting through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and eventually you will wake up.
Yeah,
seeing
and then to add to what you said earlier about like gurus, like I don't hate gurus. I hate liars. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
There's nothing wrong with you selling something. We all got to learn somewhere. Listen, guys, whoever's listening, I'm not attacking you. Calm down, okay? I'm just trying to talk to the newbie that I used to be. And I wish that there was someone like me when I was coming in the game that was, you know what I'm saying? That I don't sell shit. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to trade. And I think, I think a lot of times it's a lot of fluff. It's a lot of bullshit. It's a lot of liars. And I think, I'd rather learn from someone that's got real skin in the game, because trading is not just about the technical analysis. It's about the psychology. It's about the discipline and the patience. It's about, it's about a lot of other things other than just a technical analysis and some stupid ass pattern. I don't even trade patterns. I don't even trade patterns. That's another little subject. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about the patterns on the chart. If it was, we'd all be rich as hell. You know what I'm saying? So I want to learn from someone that has real skin in the game. And if I ever started a service, I would do third-party audits publicly. I wouldn't hide them just for the people in my group. I show that shit now. I show broker statements for free. You know what I'm saying? I just want to change the narrative a little bit and just have the newbies ask questions. You should be allowed to ask questions. When you go and if you and your loved one have surgery right now, you're allowed to ask that doctor who he learned from. You know what I'm saying? You just can't bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You're allowed to ask that person that. You're allowed to ask him where he learned from or what school he went to. You know what I'm saying? And where he got that information from. But in this industry, if you ask a guy, yo, can I see your long-term legit statements? The back what you claim is good or works, you get blocked, you get called all types of names, all that shit, man.
You call a hater and stuff, and
it's like, I'm just trying to make sure I'm learning from someone that's not here trying to hustle me, bro.
Yeah, and it is people like, and I'll put myself in that same category. It is people like you that they should listen to, and myself, because we have been through the experience of seeing what's real, what's not, what's BS, what's not. Because like you said, it's hard. It takes hours on end for you to learn and get good at this skill. And a lot of the perception that some of these people put out there is like, trading's easy. All you need is $500 and you can make six figures. You could do it at the beach, sitting on the resort, on top of a camel, on the Eiffel Tower. Like, it's crazy. They sell you a dream. And I think sometimes people don't see it. I call those specific gurus. I have categories for these different gurus, right? I have one of the categories, I call them the lifestyle guru, right? Those are the ones that show you the fancy cars, the nice house. Oh, yeah. And they have like the one laptop and they're like, yeah, like it's so easy. I just, I sit on the beach, I smoke some weed, I do this, and here we go. Boom, I'm a millionaire. But the reality is they're millionaires because they're selling you a course or a subscription. Right. And that's how they consistently make your money. Because I'm going to be real with you. Let's just think about this. All right, I'm going to put myself here for a real second. Think about this. Yeah. If I have 1,000 subscribers and I'm charging $50 a month, that is $50,000. I hope. $50,000 a month. Absolutely. Why do I need to trade? And they don't have to. And that's what I'm saying. Like, and a lot of guys get mad at me, like, well, let them do what they want to do. Like, for instance, let's talk about, I love S&B Capital. All right. They're a firm, a proprietary firm based out of New York. I'm a huge fan of them because of their professionalism, the way they approach trading, the way they journal, the way the note taking, their psychology. I'm so fascinated with the way they work, and I watch them like a hawk. But let's dive a little deeper. Why they can literally pull people off the street that's never traded before and turn them into millionaires? Literally, that's what they do. Mike, that's what they do over there. All right. So think about this. If the founders of S&B Capital can create millionaires, why do you think that is? It's because the people that are teaching them understand how to trade. They're not dumb. They're not dummies teaching dummies. That's why they're able to create millionaires and successful traders. And guess what those successful traders are doing? They're not on social media selling a course. They're trading for 20, 30 million a year. So that's what I'm saying. It starts from learning from someone that knows what they're doing. And a lot of things that they talk about almost has nothing to do with chart. It has everything to do with their professionalism, the way that they journal, the way that they approach the game.
all the other things outside of what normally what we see on social media. On social media, we see, hey, learn these three easy patterns and make millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? And people like from S&B Capital, they don't talk about patterns and charts and all that shit. They go over how to find one good trade, and that's why I'm so I speak so highly of them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not their foundation. You know, they're not dummies teaching dummies. Why do you think retail traders have a 97% fail rate? You know, in 90 days or whatever it is, 30 days, they usually blow their accounts. Us retail traders, we normally blow our accounts. It's because we're learning from people. A lot of times it's because of who we learn from. And then you got people like S&B Capital, where once those guys make their firm, you know, and they go on, a lot of those guys go on to be successful traders, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8-figure traders, is because of who they learned from. So that's a big deal. So that's why I say if I ever were to start something like that, which I'm not, I don't fucking want to, but if I ever did, it would be more about psychology and a professional approach and like disciplines and patience. I don't care about the strategy. You already have a strategy. We need to work on all the other things underneath the hood to, you know, work on like why you're going through the things you're going through. You know, from a psychological standpoint, I think that is what will set you apart or give you a chance at success other than a chart, yo. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree, because I tell people this all the time. It's like it's 20% strategy, is 80% your emotion.
Yeah, facts.
That's really what it is. Because what messes me up to this day still sometimes is my emotions get in the way.
Yeah, yeah.
And I end up making bad decisions or revenge trade. And I've gotten better as time has gone on. Like if I have a rule, like I told you, you and I talked about this. Like there's no such thing as over trading, right?
No.
Me, I'm like 3 trades and that's it. I am done. No matter what. Yeah. 3 losses, I am done. But you had a valid point in your opinion when it comes to over trading. Please tell people what your opinion is on that.
Yeah, as far as over trading, I don't really believe in over trading necessarily, because like if you see your setup, if this is your A quality setup, and you see it 20 times that day for whatever reason, let's just say hypothetically, you know, and you don't take them, man, and now you got to look at your family like, you know, your wife or significant other's like, how'd you do today? Oh, I only made $200 today. I barely paid a light bill. But you saw your setup 20 times that day, and you didn't take it because you didn't want to over trade. You see the setup, you have a plan, that's your setup, you take it. You know, so it's not necessarily over trading. I think it's when you take a bunch of bad trades that you know you shouldn't be in. Those are the things you need to eliminate. But as far as like, if you see your A+ or B+ setup, you need to be in that. You know, and that's how I trade. Like that's how I made the money I made last year, and actually going into this year, like I'm an aggressive trader. Like when I see my setup, like when I see my A+ setup, I'm actually a little nervous because of the risk I put on. I actually work on, that's like one of my strategies to where I work on putting on more risk, because that's not easy for a lot of people. But that's how you grow. That's how when you see your setup and the market's in your favor, that's how you grow your equity curve, is by putting on the risk. You know what I'm saying? So it's not easy to do, and it takes a lot of mental work. But you know, once you see it, you can't play around. Y'all do what y'all want, but me personally, I'm aggressive. When I see my setup, I'm not trying to like tiptoe through there. You know, I'm trying to hit it. You know, I'm trying to, you know, I'm going to put $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 of risk on, and you know, if I miss, if I crash out, it was my A+ setup, so I'm not mad about it. I'd be more mad if I'm like if it was an A+ setup and I took one contract size and only made a few $100, like that would piss me off more than losing $5,000, $6,000 personally.
That's interesting. Yeah, I get mad typically if I see a setup and same situation with you, I see a setup and I take it and it's only one contract, because I mostly just trade one, max 2 contracts right now. But I definitely get mad when I trade without a setup just because I think something really quick. I'm like, it's going up, boom, FOMO, and that really messes me up. But I want to ask you this question before I let you go on, because I get this question all the time. Yo, when is SG going to teach?
What am I going to teach?
Yeah, he's like, when's he going to teach like a course? When is he going to sell a course? And you and I had that conversation, and I want you to publicly talk about it. Like, why do you not sell a course? Because you're good at what you do, for one. You got the psychology down. You put in the work. You could technically sell courses and subscriptions. Why don't you?
Why don't you? I don't fucking want to. I don't think everything should be for sale. I have a real edge in the market that I developed, and I'm not telling nobody. I wouldn't tell my mother that shit. Shout out to my mom, but I wouldn't tell her that. I wouldn't tell anybody that, because I think there's just certain things that shouldn't be for sale, man. I think trading is not easy, and it's hard. And I think that once you start to like go out here and sell, you put a cap on your mental curve. You put a cap on, because if I'm trying to sell something publicly, I'm like pushing this thing, I'm marketing, I'm trying to talk to these people, I'm trying to sell, I'm trying to talk about other salesmen because I'm trying to make myself look better than them. I spent so much time on selling all these dreams or whatever, right? And bringing all these people in, and I'm holding all their hands. I end up slowing down my learning curve. Like that movie. What's that movie called? I used this before in the past, but what's that movie? Aladdin. Remember Aladdin, where the dude, like the little kid was like, got caught stealing. So the bad guy told him, go in that little mountain. He said, go in that cave in there. Don't touch nothing. Go all the way to the top of the cave, and I want you to get that genie. Y'all don't touch nothing else though. But inside that cave, you had jewelry and diamonds and gold and all these other things that anyone would like be enticed by. And I feel like that's what we do as traders. We come into this game and we just want to trade. We tell our significant others, yo, we're going to be millionaires in 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Like, and it doesn't happen. And in 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years go by, and your significant other like, yo, what's going on? But you built this community because you speak a certain way. You're confident. You say all this philosophical bullshit, right? That's what a lot of these guys do. And you sound smart and intelligent. So now you got 6,000, 7,000, 10,000, 20,000, all these different people following you now. And you're not making money from trading. So now you're going to go grab that jewelry. You're going to go grab that, like in that cave, like the dude from Aladdin. I want that genie. That genie up there at the top of that cave, is me being consistently profitable. Because once I'm already there, I'm just saying in general, once I'm consistently profitable, it's fucking limitless. Like it's all scalable. So once, you know what I'm saying? Like you can make endless amounts of money within your strategy, just as long as you start to scale up and manage your risk on the way up. So it's actually endless once you get your shit together. And I think I always wanted to chase that. The only thing I ever wanted in trading, and from day one, when I joined social media to learn how to trade, right? The only thing I ever wanted was to be consistently profitable. That's all I ever wanted. I don't care about having 30-something thousand people follow me here. I don't care about I don't care about it. I don't use it for nothing. I got everything I need. I just love the game so much. I like showing shit. I like showing charts. I like talking to traders, like-minded traders. But I'm not in the mood to teach and hold hands. I'm not in the mood for that shit. I don't care about it. It's not what I want. I don't want to be that guy. Like, let someone else do that. I'm good.
So on the flip side of that, and I agree everything that you said, by the way, but I've seen the comments on Twitter. I've seen you and I had this conversation before where there's some people who just be like, yo, you're selfish.
Me?
You're selfish. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're selfish because if you're so good, how come you're not showing other people like you should? And I think it's like a catch-22 in a way. I
have an answer for all that. So,
yeah, go ahead.
So when it comes to that, like, you're selfish or you're not good as you say you are, I shut people the fuck up because I show broker statements. See, I make people go quiet real fast on my page. Trolls don't like to troll my page often because they see brokerage statements, real statements.
Yep.
They see that I was audited by my broker because I stuck so much money in there at once. They actually audited my bank account to make sure that where the money came from, and they saw that it came from BTC. Like you know what I'm saying? Like my offshore broker shit. Like, yo, like
they're like, this dude's black and he's a drug dealer. 100%.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, so I think a lot of times too, like added to that, I don't think society or social media is just not comfortable. Like, I'm a big black. I'm a big black dude, man. They used to see a white guy in a suit with 3 degrees, you know, and I'll sit down with the best of them and go toe to toe. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a competitive person. And I don't think they're not used to seeing someone like me be able to do something that I can do, and like, oh no, he's got to be selling drugs, or he's got to be getting a PPP loan. I don't know how to fucking do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to apply for that shit. No, I'm just a fucking trader. That's all I am, and you got to deal with it. And if you don't like it, shut the fuck up. Here is a broker statement. And that's why they get mad and they run off and start saying other shit. You know, there's not much they can do when you show a broker statement. There's not much you can do when you see a pile of cash from my bank account because I worked my ass off trading. That's not what you can do, man. Yeah,
the broker statement is definitely the I would say the one edge you have in the social media world. In the social media world, I'm being serious. You're the first dude, because I even use your broker statement to show, like, yo, if y'all really want proof, if your guru is a real life trader or not, ask him for his broker statement, because everything else can be faked. Everything else can. Your trade performance can be tweaked. You get a great trade performance by simply just paper trading. Absolutely. Going back in time, paper trading, show your performance, screenshot it, man. Bam, 100%. I'm amazing. So the fact that you do the whole broker statement really piqued my interest, and that honestly opened my eyes to a lot of the people that I used to follow in the past. And then I started going on this rabbit hole. I started doing research, because that's what I'm good at. I'm good at doing research. And that's when I really found out. Like, I called Ninja Trader and I was like, can you fake trade performance? They're like, oh yeah, that's not, like, half the time that's inaccurate anyways. They say it's like, you know, it's just showing you an idea. But they're like, if you really want to know if a person is really trading with real money or not, the only way to really verify it is if you get a broker statement. Have them run a broker statement.
Yeah, every night I get these emails like 10 o'clock at night. You can't get these. Like, you can't get.
Yeah.
Hold on. You can't.
But you know what? While you're looking that up, the one thing that I hear people's argument is on the reason why they don't show the broker statement is because they don't want you to know how much money I make, because I could be in danger. Someone could try to come and rob me, or someone, you know, could take advantage of me. So that's the reason why I don't show my broker statements. I've gotten that before.
Yeah. I think it's funny that they say that, but then they're so quick to show their red Lambo, or they're so quick to, you know, see what I'm saying? So like, let's come on, stop the bullshit, man. I don't. This got my address and shit on it. Hold on. I'm not gonna show that.
Just share it to me. Share it with me later, and I will put it up there as a thing. I've seen yours. I've seen yours.
You can't get that, bro. You can't get that every night.
Yeah, and all you gotta do is click on it, and it shows you your performance, and there you go. So if anyone ever questions
you can't get that every night. And I think that the reason why I showed you that stuff in the past before we did this interview, I think that it sets the tone, because I feel like everyone's always talking on social media, but no one has no real results. I show long-term, consistent results strictly from trading, and I think that needs to be like the norm. Like, if you want to come up here and talk and say, hey man, join my course or join my, cool. But can you show one of these broker statements? Can you show fucking, where's my wallet at? I can show you my business license that says SG Capital on it. Like, my money goes from my broker statement. When I withdraw, it goes to my business account. You know what I'm saying? My LLC for my trading. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of bullshit out here. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fake ass traders that are doing a lot of bullshit and are not getting called out on it. And it's bad. And that's why we got this endless cycle of people dying in the market. A lot of skull and bones. You know, a lot of people they're blowing up, they're losing.
Yeah, unfortunately, that
dummies
is the
teaching
case.
Dummies, man. So you're not gonna get too far with that.
It is. And then eventually, too, people do wake up. And that's the reason why I do my channel. That's the reason I like to interview people that I believe are real traders. Because who knows? You know, I mean, I interview people all the time. You know, I try to vet them. I try to make sure that they're legit. But you never know. You know, I may have someone on there who really isn't a trader at one point or another. But I would say, out of everybody that I've met, you have been probably the most transparent when it comes to you and Mo. Mo is my other buddy, because I actually physically seen him trade. I've physically been there, where everyone else is kind of like, we just kind of built a relationship, just knowing each other for a while over social media. But again, social media is the social media, right? Like, you don't really know. And unfortunately, so many people get caught in that trap of falling for these dummies teaching other dummies. And then they're upset why, it's been 6 months, I blew my account. But at the same time, you can't blame that person. Like, it's hard to say, like, you're the reason why I blew my account. No, man, you're the reason, because you fell for it, and we all have fallen for it.
Yeah.
But at one point, when do you step back and say,
Well, you know, it's like who you blame. You blame the shooter or the person getting shot, right? So it's like, at the end of the day, we still have to pull the trigger. We still got to trade, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's still us blowing up our accounts. But again, back to that S&B Capital thing I was saying. When the foundation is right, then you can build the house correct. And those guys at S&B Capital were those guys that are successful, the traders that are there, they're successful because of the people that they learned from. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, we are learning, we're dummies are teaching dummies. And I think that's what took me so long to find consistency. Like I just told you, I've messed all this shit together over all these years. And I've finally put things together over the last, 15 months or so to where I can be consistent every day in the market and live off that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that takes a long time because of the road that I took. Now, if I would have been somewhere like S&B Capital, I don't know if I would have made the cut, but just saying in general, just being around those types of individuals that have been successful, that would have probably catapulted me a lot sooner, just being around that type of individuals.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I was going to ask you next. I was like, do you think that had you cut out some of that noise or some of the BS in the past, had you been further along? So you pretty much answered that. The S&P
plus my work ethic, like I work my ass off. Like it takes a certain type of person, and I don't, like I told you, I don't believe in days off. I don't take days off. There's never been a day where I don't think I deserve it. Just like people that, you see guys smoking weed, and I think that's a luxury. Like I think, because for me, if I smoke weed, I get high. Like I'm tired. I don't want to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, there's too much time in the day. I gotta work, bro. So my thing is, like, that's a luxury. Like, I'm not where I want to be at yet. So I don't get the deserve to take a day off. Like I dare to do that. Like I've never done that, and I don't think I'm no time soon. And I think when I get to where I feel like, okay, I'm at a place in my career where I can take a break, that's when I'm gonna go harder. I got to that point. So I'm never gonna stop, bro. It's never gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the type of person that I am. Everyone can do how they do. But for me, man, I don't believe in those taking days off. I need 2-3 weeks off. I need to clear my mind. To each his own. But for me personally, no, I don't do that. Especially, man, you ever see me? If you ever talk to me on a day when I lose, yeah, you're gonna be like, get me out of here, because I'm in the booth for, like I said, the booth for like 15 hours. I'm talking about same clothes. I'm not eating that day. Like, we're gonna figure out what the fuck I did that day.
What I do wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Now the days that I'm winning and I did the things that I'm supposed to do, then yeah, I plug in my little notes and I'm going over that. That's kind of a less study day. But yeah, days when I'm like, I done fucked up because of my demons, or I didn't catch myself, or I did something wrong. Yeah, we're gonna be in the booth for a while that day.
What advice for like a brand new person who's trying to trade futures right now? Because I get a lot of these DMs, like, where should I start? Where do you recommend? The SG that's now, not SG from years ago. Like, where would you recommend new people start?
Where should I recommend? Like, it's just trade. Man,
just to learn, just to learn, because I get it all the time. They're like, yo, I was on this BS strategy. It's like, I didn't believe you when I did the review months ago. It's like, yo, where do you recommend? And I usually tell people, look, supply and demand clicked with me. That's what clicked with me. Right. And then I have another strategy where someone taught me, but I can't reveal it because that's that person's, right, strategy. Yeah, but I usually always send people to ICT, because it seems like all the consistent, profitable traders that I know, because that's a word, consistent. I don't care that you had a great year in 2020. What about 2021? So like, where would you recommend?
Oh shit. So where would I recommend for someone?
No endorsements.
Yeah. S&B Capital, man. Just because.
So they sell courses?
I know, but their YouTube, the way that they say, hey, look, you need to have a pregame meetings. You need to have a evening meetings. You need to record your trades. You need to work on management. You need to work on psychology. Just their professional approach. That's That's what I would say. Now, as far as like ICT and all that stuff's cool and all. It's great. But there's a lot of guys in that community that will not show proof. Just gonna leave it at that. They will not show proof.
No, I'll say straight up. I already seen the videos. I've like we talked about it. There's people. They have such a huge community, and they make all their money off of subscription services. I get that, but I've heard that the strategy itself, I heard, actually does help people, and it does help you click. I don't ever tell people to join the mentorship. I always say, "Yo, go to the YouTube videos and watch."
To this day, no, the dude, I like what he did. Like he helped me see how the structure of the market. Like, so as far as ICT smart money goes, I use that for higher time frame, kind of like looking at the structure of the market. That shit helps me big time. But as far as entries go, I'm big on tape reading. I'm big on, because you can't see everything on the chart. That's not, you just can't. I'm sorry. Consistently, I'm willing to argue that when anybody that wants to say, "Oh no, that's crazy talk," a lot of guys are gonna see this and get in their feelings. And I'm willing to say, "Hey, look, we can go statement for statement if they need to." I'm willing to bet, because on a chart, you got to remember, on a chart, the candlesticks are delayed. The candlesticks are delayed by the print. The price is being printed on time to sales and level 2, reading the tape. That's, as far as a scalper or a day trader, I think entries and exits, man, that shit is huge, because you get to see where the real players are. And then you match that with your technical analysis and a few other things that I do. And yeah, I'm here. I've arrived as far as me being consistent. Absolutely.
Awesome. Yo, SG, I appreciate your time, because I think we learned enough about you. Hopefully, maybe we could do another one of these podcasts.
We didn't get into trading. Like, we could talk trading. We can keep listening. I'm a nerd, bro. We can keep going. We can talk trading, or we can cut it off and do another one later. It's up to you, bro. Like,
no, let's talk about trading then. I just know, like, I don't want to hold you up too much, because I know I got you over an hour and stuff like that. So for sure, man. But I mean, I think we've definitely learned the fact that you have an amazing work ethic, for one.
Yeah,
you've been through some shit, so that definitely helps, because I think, especially in this generation, man, people they're given so much. They like to blame everyone else. They don't want to put in the work to be successful. Bro. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether it's gender inequality, racism. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, the list goes on. It's always something, but nobody ever wants to look at themselves and be like, "Well, maybe it's me.
Right?
Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not working hard enough to understand this." Now, granted, there's some stuff out there where people give you some bullshit strategies, and then you're sitting there like, "I'm putting in the work. This is not working," because it's a bullshit strategy. They just kind of want to keep you, in the loop to keep paying that subscription services. And I'm very open about it. I can't stand that shit. But when and then obviously we learned that SB Capital, right? That's the name of it?
SMB Capital.
SMB Capital, you recommend.
Man. The co-founder, Mike Belfourier, I think I said his last name right. Those guys are just amazing, man. I look at them. ICT has helped me a lot. Mark Douglas, as far as the psychology standpoint.
Oh yeah, I love his books, man.
He's amazing, man. Rest in peace to the GOAT. So a lot of those things like I said, I meshed together. I even use support. I even use supply and demand. I'm sorry, support and resistance. I use a lot of different things to make money, because at the end of the day, we're trying to make money, and as long as it's making sense. If it makes sense to you, and you can read, you can understand what you're doing, and you can see it on the tape. Then that's going to gives me my consistency. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I got you, and I definitely appreciate it. So this is for all the viewers. If you just want to know stuff about SG, you got it. Now we're going to talk a little bit about trading.